We're here. All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. You're here today in First Appearance Magistrate Court. Today you're going to be informed of the charges and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You also have a right to an attorney. We have, I believe, Mr. Romero at the main jail, and we have Mr. Reedy to my right, who are both from the Public Defender's Office to assist you today and represent you. We also have Assistant State Attorney Eric Linder, and we have the clerk, Linda Ramirez. Okay, so we're going to do Judge Joffrey Cohen's domestic violence docket. Start with that first. First one is Michael Clark.
Mr. Clark, come on up, please.
Good morning, Mr. Romero.
Main Judge, good morning.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Had a beautiful weekend, Judge.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so, Mr. Clark, you have 4 counts of ag assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. Court does find probable cause. What say you, State?
Your Honor, I would be requesting a $7,500 bond per count, no victim contact, no possession of any weapons or firearms until further order of the court.
I'm sorry, how much of a bond?
$7,500 on each count.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What say you, defense?
Judge, I just wanted to inquire, and I haven't had an opportunity to review the PC affidavit. Has 4 counts. Is it 4 separate victims or 4 separate incidents with the same victim?
4 victims.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Linder. And speaking of Mr. Clark, I don't believe he's going to be able to afford the bond that the state is suggesting. He's 57 years old. He is on disability. He gets $850 per month. He lives in Coral Springs with his family, Judge. My understanding is their monthly rent is approximately $1,650. But most importantly, Judge, this is, according to Mr. Clark, his first arrest. I did advise him on a domestic situation. The court's going to impose a no contact order. So he will be living separate apart from that location. He'll be residing with another friend of his who resides in Coral Springs. But there's no way financially he's going to be able to afford that post, the $30,000 bond, which the state is suggesting. So I'm going to be asking, because of his strong ties and his lack of criminal history, I'm going to be requesting $500 on each account, making it a total $1,000 bond on his case, Judge.
All right, court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victims, MC, MWC, NC, and BC. And you are to maintain 1,000 feet minimum. No return to 8221 Wiles Road, Coconut Creek. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons, and if you do have any, you're to surrender them to your local law enforcement immediately upon release. I also want you to maintain 1,000 feet. No alcohol or intoxicants. Random testing at your expense. Prescription medications are allowed as prescribed. Standard pretrial supervision. He's got to report within 24 hours after his release, call in twice a week, report once a month, in person, no reporting after court. Does your client need to go back one time, Mr. Romero?
He does, Judge. That's what I was gonna just request right now.
Okay, so the defendant is allowed to return one time with law enforcement to obtain personal belongings. $2,500 on each count. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Christopher Connolly, please.
Connolly, come on up, please.
Morning, Mr. Connolly. You have touch or strike battery, dating violence. You have battery on an officer, firefighter, EMT, and resisting an officer obstructing without violence. The court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victims with the initials HDD and SA and GD. What say you, State?
Your Honor, on count one, I'm going to be requesting a $5,000 bond, $2,500 bond on count two, $500 bond on count three. He had last year in Palm Beach County assault and resisting an officer without violence. He was arrested this February.
What was the disposition of that charge, or is it still pending?
He's convicted of the assault. He got a withhold on the resisting without violence.
Okay, thank you.
February of this year, he was arrested on a failure to appear capias in Palm Beach County. Out of the state of New Jersey, in 2011, he was arrested for violating a judicial order on a domestic violence case, a no contact order. There's no disposition in the system on that case. Public lewdness, 06. Criminal mischief, 05. Disorderly conduct, 04. End of record.
Okay, what say you, defense?
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Connolly, he's not gonna quite be able to afford that monetary bond. We're gonna be asking for 1,000 on one, 500 on two, and we'd ask the court to consider an ROR on three, making it a total of $1,500. He's 35 years old. He's been here in South Florida for 1 year now. He is right now employed. He works for a company called Advanced Fire and Alarms. He's just been working with that company now for about 2 months. It took a lot to get it from him as far as effort to try and get employment with that job. He doesn't want to risk losing it. He's getting paid pretty well. He gets paid $14 an hour, so therefore his weekly check is about $500 per week. Judge, he did give me the phone number of his mother to see if she can help post his monetary bond, but he doesn't think that she can come anywhere close to what the state is suggesting. So, Judge, that's the reason why we're asking for $1,500 on Mr. Connolly's behalf. Also, we're going to be asking for a photo order so we can photograph the injuries that Mr. Connolly sustained, and he will be living separate and apart from the alleged victim. He'll be residing with a friend who also resides in Oakland Park. So that is the basis of the defense's request, Judge.
How much does your client earn? I didn't hear you say.
Yeah, $14 an hour, so his weekly check is about $500 per week.
Okay. What kind of car does he own or drive?
I do not car anymore. We share one, me and my girlfriend.
I believe it's a mutual vehicle, Judge, that both him and the alleged victim share.
I broke a remote and touch it.
I just don't talk about the facts, though.
All right, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, HDD, SA, and GD, and maintain 500 feet minimum. GPS level 2, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If any, surrender to your local law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Court's going to order on count 1, $1,000, count 2, $1,000, and count 3, LROR, for a total of $2,000. No return to 4051 Northeast 13th Avenue, Oakland Park, and maintain 500 feet from that residence. As well, you are allowed to return, sir, one time with law enforcement to obtain your personal belongings. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. Okay, next one is Ephesus Exum.
He's approaching, Judge.
Here you go, Ms. Higgins. You're good. Okay. Okay, Mr. Exum, you are charged with domestic battery by strangulation, domestic dating relationship, touch or strike battery, domestic violence. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials JBE. What say you, State?
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond on count one, a $2,500 bond on count two, based on the level of violence alleged and also the fact that at least some portion of this incident was witnessed by the two children. I'm also going to be asking, because they witnessed this incident, that there be an order of no contact with the two children at this time.
And the children's initials, do you have them?
JSKE.
All right, what say you, defense?
Judge, this is Mr. Exum from what he advised me, his first arrest ever, first exposure to the criminal justice system. He's a registered voter in our community. He's 38 years old, been living here his whole entire life. He is employed. He works for Miami-Dade Solid Waste Company. He's been there for the past 3 years. He makes approximately $550 a week, which he uses to maintain his family, Judge. He also has other family members that live in our community. I did advise him, as far as due to the no contact order, he will have to be living separate and apart. He will be reaching out to his mother and going to live with her. We're going to be asking that the court sign an order allowing him to have access to his property one time, accompanied by law enforcement to retrieve his property. We're also going to be asking for a photo order. But Judge, we're going to be asking, because of his lack of criminal history or strong ties, we're going to be asking for $2,000 on count one, $1,000 on count two, for a total of $3,000 on Mr. Exum's behalf, Judge.
Okay, thank you. $5,000 on one, $1,000 on two, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, JBE and JS and KE. As to the children, obviously as to JBE until further order of Judge Cohen's order. And as to the two children, upon further order of a Broward Family Dependency or criminal judge. No return to 9075 Southwest 17th Court. Maintain 500 feet from the residence. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If you do have any, sir, you surrender them 24 hours of your release, and I'll allow you to return one time with law enforcement, sir, to obtain your personal belongings. Good luck to you.
person, I forgot to request on Mr. Christopher Connolly's behalf a photo order.
I think you did, and I think I said yes, but just Mr. Romero, Reedy, just get me one and I'll sign it, no problem. Okay, good. Thank you. Mr. Reedy had them prepared.
Thank you, sir. He always prepared.
He always is. Friday, he did a really good job. Okay. All right, Dutton, Tyrone Dutton, please.
He's here, mate.
I don't have account for. On Mr. Tyrone Dutton, Sheila? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but that's.
I'm sorry, someone's, hold on one moment. All right, Mr. Dutton, good morning, sir. You have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 2 is possess and/or use drug paraphernalia. Count 3 is a capious felony, which you know showed in front of Judge Cohen on November 8th, 2018. Court finds probable cause. Court will set your bond at $1, Mr. Dutton. Why is there a Deborah Critin? Do we need a no contact order?
No.
Okay. I'll give that back to you, Madam Clerk. So $1 on 1, no bond required on 2. On 3, there's a capious felony. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Judge, is count 3 a not in custody capious, or he failed to show to court?
He failed to show to court, I was saying, November,
I gotcha.
okay? He failed to appear before Judge Cohen in November. Would you like the specific date?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right, Christopher Connolly, okay, I'm signing that one. And then we have Eid, E-I-D, Ayub, A-Y-O-U-B, please. Good morning, do you say it, Mr. Ayub?
He's here present.
Okay. Good morning, sir, you have domestic battery by strangulation, dating violence, the court does find probable cause. Oh, wait a second.
Judge,
Hold on, just hold on. This is the one where I do not find reading this, Mr. Linder, probable cause for.
I understand. I'd request 24 hours, Judge.
Okay. Okay, so we'll continue this 12/17/18 till 8:30 a.m. All right,
Judge, would you consider in the meantime setting a bond so Mr. Ayub can
Domestic
have
violence.
the option of posting a bond?
no. Thank you.
I'll explain to you.
All right. Eddie Hildego.
Mr. Did you call Mr. Hidalgo?
Hidalgo.
Judge, he's here, but he requires a Spanish interpreter. I believe my colleague already may have contacted.
yes, I've called for one.
Okay, so who else do we have for the Spanish interpreter? Let me pull all the cases. So when they get here, it'll be faster, okay? What page is Hidalgo?
It's page 4.
Thank you.
The next two gentlemen are on the same page, and they are on page 10 of the docket. And that would be Mr. Gomez
To put this as nice.
and Mr. Ramirez on page 10 of the docket.
All right. Gomez and Ramirez. I have Leonardo Gomez Mata.
Yes,
That's it?
yes,
Okay, and the other one after that is Ramirez, okay?
correct.
Page 10 as well. Just in time. Come on up. Anybody else?
That was all at main, Judge.
Okay, can you raise your right hand, do you swear and or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do, Esteban Rojas.
All right, so can you make an announcement and ask them to raise their hand in the main jail?
Levante la mano el que necesite interpretación al español.
Okay, 3 hands. All right, anybody at North Broward?
No, ma'am, we're good. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you had a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Conti, need an interpreter? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Paul Ryan. Ma'am, Paul Ryan, do you need an interpreter?
No, she doesn't, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, so the first gentleman is Eddie Hidalgo. Is that his name?
Eddie Hidalgo. Yes.
Good morning, sir. You have an out-of-state hold out of Virginia for 1 to 3 counts of credit card fraud.
Buenos días, señor. ¿Usted tiene una orden de captura de Virginia o West Virginia?
Virginia.
De Virginia, porque tiene de 1 a 3 cargos de fraude con tarjeta de crédito.
So you're going to be held no bond
Se le va a mantener bajo custodia sin posibilidad de fianza
pending an extradition hearing.
mientras se encuentre pendiente la audiencia de extradición.
We hold them on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m.
La realizamos los martes y los jueves a la 1 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias, buena suerte.
Court does find probable cause.
La Corte considera que existen indicios probables.
Next two, Mr. Interpreter, are on page 10. Jose Jaquin Ramirez, please.
Mr. Ramirez is approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Ramirez. How are you?
Buenos días, señor Ramírez, ¿cómo está usted? Well,
All right, Mr. Ramirez, you have 3 active capiases.
señor Ramírez, usted tiene 3 órdenes de captura activos
You no-showed
y usted no llegó
October 23rd, 2017.
a su cita judicial el 23 de octubre del 2017.
You have DUI enhanced, $1,500 bond.
Tiene un cargo de DUI agravado, $1,500 de fianza.
DUI, driving under the influence, I should say to him, $1,500.
DUI, o mejor dicho, conducir bajo la influencia, $1,500 de fianza.
Operating without a valid license.
Operar sin licencia válida, un
Court does
vehículo.
find probable cause for his arrest for the capiases.
La Corte considera que existen indicios probables para las órdenes de captura.
Total bond is $3,500. You'll see Judge Solomon tomorrow morning, sir. Good
Fianza
luck to you.
total, $3,500. Usted comparecerá ante la jueza Solomon mañana.
Thank you. Good luck.
Gracias, buena suerte.
Leonardo Gomez Mata, page
He's
10.
approaching.
Page 10, main jail. Okay, Mr. Mata, you have a loitering or prowling charge.
Señor Mata, usted está acusado de merodear.
Court does find probable cause.
La Corte considera que existen indicios probables.
$25 bond.
$25 de fianza.
Court does have concern. It seems like he provided an incorrect name.
A la Corte sí le preocupa el hecho de que, al parecer, dio un nombre que no es el de él.
Says he provided multiple names, 2 different birthdays.
Dice que dio varios nombres diferentes, 2 fechas de cumpleaños de nacimiento diferentes,
And so forth.
y etcétera.
Says he's at large.
Dice que se encuentra en fuga.
Court finds probable cause.
Considero que existen indicios probables.
What say you, state?
¿Qué dice la fiscalía?
This is Leonardo Gomez Mata.
Leonardo Gómez Mata.
Yes, Judge.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, no, I heard the court's concerns.
Sí, escuché las preocupaciones de la Corte.
I really don't have any more information to provide the court.
No tengo más información para su señoría.
I can do a deeper search in the system to see if I come up with anything if you'd like.
Puedo hacer una búsqueda más detallada en el sistema para ver si puedo encontrar algo, si gusta.
We wouldn't object to that, Judge.
No tendríamos objeción, señora juez.
After this case, I'll take a, are you the victim advocate? After this case, I can take a break for a minute if you need to speak to Mr. Linder, so you don't have to sit here all morning.
Oh, no, we're done.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Thank you, Virginia.
He's not out there.
Where does your client live, Mr. Romero? Is he homeless?
Señor Romero, ¿dónde vive su cliente? ¿Es indigente?
No, he lives in Sunrise. He shares an apartment with 2 roommates, and he's been living at that place for approximately 4 years.
What's
No,
the
vive
address?
en Sunrise, comparte apartamento con 2 compañeros de casa y ha estado viviendo ahí durante aproximadamente 4 años.
What's the address?
¿Cuál es la dirección?
Okay, I'd like to hear him, Mr. Romero, tell us
Que
where he
nos
lives.
diga, señor Romero, dónde vive el imputado.
Sir, where do you live?
Señor, ¿dónde vive usted?
Mr. Mata, where do you live?
Señor Gómez Mata, ¿dónde vive usted?
What is your address?
¿Cuál es su dirección?
En Sunrise 91 Street Terrace. La casa, no sé.
Sunrise, 91 State Terrace. I don't know the house number.
Sí. El número de casa 4061 me parece.
I think it's 4061.
Your Honor, I could not find anything in the system, one way or the other.
Señoría, no encontré nada en el sistema.
I'm not gonna resolve this case today. I don't know if he wants to, but I'm gonna do a $25 bond. Thank you.
No voy a resolver este caso hoy. No sé si se quería resolver, pero voy a imponer una fianza de $25. Gracias.
Thank you so much for your help today.
It should be a male felony.
Shannon Dillon,
No problem.
thank you.
She's a medical research y'all.
I saw him, JS shows he's registered. You just confirm if it's the same guy.
No one saying anything? $100 bond, holder in jail, okay?
She's in medical reset, Judge.
I understand. Rosemary Castro. Just putting it on the record. Rosemary Castro. Does anybody know where Miss Castro is?
Did you call Ms. Castro?
Yes, I did, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Ms. Castro, come on up, please.
Good morning, Miss Castro. You have petty theft, first degree, between $100 and $300. Court's gonna order no return to the Publix at 2511 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Court finds probable cause. $100 bond. What say you, defense?
Judge, if the state can verify that Ms. Castro has no prior record, she advised me she's 67 years old, I'm going to be asking for an ROR.
She has no history, Judge.
All right, ROR, show up for court, ma'am. Otherwise, you're just gonna spend another night in jail. No return to Publix. Do you understand?
She can't return to she understands. Okay, good luck, ma'am.
Ma'am, wait, Mr. Romero, I just want to make, I don't have a problem with you telling her that, but I just want to make sure she responds to my question and it's on the record. So ma'am, you understand you cannot go back to that Publix at the address I just told you. If you do, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
I understand.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. Jacqueline Beebe,
North Broward.
North Broward, thank you. Okay, Miss Beebe, good morning. You have drug paraphernalia, possess and/or use, no bond required. You have obstruction by disguised person, no bond required. Possession of fentanyl, $1,000 bond. You do have a probation violation. That is out of Missouri. Is this an out-of-state hold?
Yes.
Yes, it is, Judge.
Well, I'm looking at 4 here.
There's,
Okay,
yeah.
because it doesn't say it for the other one.
4's on the 94806, 5's is from the actual hold.
Okay, I see. Thank you. All right, so you have 2 no bond holds out of Missouri for stealing $750 more. Court finds probable cause. Court's gonna leave your bond at $1,000, ma'am. We'll see you in extradition court Tuesday or Thursday at 1 p.m. Did you hear me?
No, I couldn't hear you.
That's all right. All right. So you only have a bond on the possession of fentanyl, $1,000 bond. The 4 and 5 are violations of probation out of Missouri. So you're gonna be held no bond on those. You also, we will see you in extradition court Tuesdays or Thursdays at 1 p.m., okay?
Of next week?
I have no idea whenever they set them, ma'am, or the week after, because it's the holiday, the Christmas week. They're just gonna do it one time, but you need to resolve your fentanyl case first before they'll extradite you in any event. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
I'll call your mom for you, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Denise
So,
Tobin,
it's in-
please.
No problem.
North Broward. Good morning, Miss Tobin. You have grand theft, first degree, $100,000 or more, $7,500 bond. Counts 2 and 3 are probation violations. You are going before your division judge, Judge Michael Usan, tomorrow morning. Court's gonna order no return to the Walgreens located at 4319 North Ocean Drive, Lauderdale by the Sea. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Anybody have anything further from
Yes,
anyone?
Judge, this
One
looks
should
like
be-
a misdemeanor petty theft to me.
Uh-huh.
It's a bottle of vodka worth less than $300.
The officer wrote petty theft. That's the charge he put on his report.
Uh-huh.
So I'd ask the court to consider a $1 bond for Ms. Tobin on
Sure,
a petty
$1
theft.
bond, PC for petty theft. Would you agree, State?
It's a pet, well, that it's a
I'm
petty
just-
theft, yeah.
Okay, just putting it on the record. Per State and Defense. PC on count 1 is for petty theft, $1 bond. Counts 2 and 3 are probation violations. You'll see Judge Usan tomorrow morning, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
No return to that Walgreens, you will be arrested. Laketia Polk, please.
Judge, she's here.
Main jail,
Come on.
thank you. Good morning, are you Laketia Polk? I need you to verbally answer me, ma'am. We're recording everything.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a grand theft auto, $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials RC. What say you, defense?
Nothing to add at this time, Judge.
All right, we also have Ms. Polk's, I believe, grandmother. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning.
What is your full name and spell your last name?
Leticia Adams, ADAMS.
Okay, and did you want to say anything, or are you just here for support, or would you like to comment on the bond?
Yes, I would. She wasn't driving this car.
Uh-huh.
She was a person that took a ride from someone, and because they couldn't get the person that was actually driving the car, they took her and charging her with, grand theft.
Grand theft auto.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. I'm like, what? But she's only 18. She's oh boy,
Your Honor,
she's not understanding this.
she's currently on juvenile probation for the same exact offense.
She is.
Taking
Yes.
a ride from friends.
And I don't know if her grandmother's aware, but according to the report post Miranda, she admitted to taking the vehicle with 2 male friends.
All right,
I
so,
think she was coerced into that and felt really like overwhelmed by adults over her telling her, if you don't tell us who this person is, then we're gonna charge you. I mean, she called me twice last night on the phone just to talk, and I'm like, she's like, I'm ready to go home. It's like, she's not grasping this like a real adult. She does have like a little mental thing going on with her, and she's not comprehending this.
all right, well, in the meantime, I'm gonna leave the bond at $1,000. You're gonna have to go contact a bondsman. She's to have
Could you OR her?
no. She's involved in the juvenile system. So I'm gonna leave $1,000 bond, no victim contact, direct or indirect with RC. What does your client do?
Judge, I didn't inquire. She just wanted me to contact her mother. I wrote down the phone number. From what she indicated, her mother going through using the services of bondsman wasn't going to have a problem posting her bond. So I relied on that information.
All right, what does she do? Does she go to school? Does she
Yes.
work?
She says yes, Judge. She goes to school.
Where do you go to school?
Charge you.
Where?
Charge you.
Charge you?
Charge you.
Charles Drew.
Charles Drew.
This is in Pompano.
Is that a high school or?
Yeah.
Do you work?
No.
Well, she was out Sunday night at 12 midnight. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a curfew from 8 p.m. What time does she go to school in the morning?
What time do you go?
9.
You have to be there at 9, correct?
Yeah.
So what time do you usually leave the house?
Like 8.
8. 8 in the morning she leaves to go to school.
All right, I'll do 7 a.m. And she's currently on, she has a pending, all right, I'm also gonna put her on standard pretrial supervision to make sure the curfew is followed. And she's gonna reside at 331 Southwest First Terrace, number 2,
Yes.
all right?
Yeah.
She has to report within 24, she has to pay the bond first, report within 24 hours of her release to pretrial supervision. I want her calling in 2 times a week. No reporting in person after she reports the first time.
She have to report in twice a week in person?
No, she has to report within 24 hours of her release
Okay.
to pretrial services. So you have to pay the bond first, then she gets out of jail, and she has to report to pretrial services, and then she's gonna call in twice a week. That's it. Okay, but she does have a curfew and no victim contact, direct or indirect,
So that means she has to be in the house at what time?
8 p.m. to 7 a.m.
8 p.m. to, okay.
7 a.m.
All right.
Judge, considering she's going to have a curfew and be reporting supervised, would the court consider an R1 straight to pretrial release?
No, thank you. She has a pending juvie case for grand theft auto. Thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Haven't, Shanika Rolls.
She's in courtroom 4870, Your Honor.
Do we want to address this now, or what would you guys like to do? All right, Virginia, do me a favor. Call up and see if we can get her this afternoon. Let's reset this to 1 p.m. Allison Tanaka, yes.
I'm being informed by the deputies, there's a person on page 19, Mr. Guzman, that's being called to court right now. So he's here right now. If we could address this case before he goes out to court, we don't have to reset him. But it's the court's option.
Sure.
Mr. Guzman, come on up, please.
What's his first name?
Page 19, Modesto Guzman, Guzman.
What page are we on now?
We were on page 7.
All right, so, and how many pages are there?
There's a total of 24.
Is there another name with Guzman? No.
Modesto Eduardo.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry, I passed it, the Eduardo, okay. All right, so let's get Mr. Modesto Eduardo J. Guzman up.
He's here.
Good morning, sir. You have a dealing in stolen property, $3,500 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna order no victim contact with the alleged victim with the initials CAM. What say you, defense, with regard to the $3,500 bond?
Mr. Mr. Guzman advised me right now, he's not working, he's looking for work, so financially, there's no one to post his monetary bond, and he's not in a position to self-post or self-bond. So I'd ask you to take that into consideration, determining reasonable release conditions.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the court keep the bond in place. I imagine he's going to be brought to his juvenile courtroom. He is on conditional release on 4 pending burglary dwellings.
Burglary of a dwellings,
Yes, 4.
$3,500 bond. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. There you go, Miss Higgins. Thank you. All right, Allison Tanaka.
She's a medical research audit.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask that the court can make a probable cause determination.
Okay. Any objection to probable cause and absentia?
No, Judge, she also has, looks like 5 violation of pretrial no bond warrants as well. I'm going to ask the court to sign a photo order for Ms. Tanaka.
Sure, no problem. I'll grant that request. Court finds probable cause and absentia. Do we want to address the bond, or what do we want to do?
Since she's not going anywhere, Judge, I'd like to see if we could bring her in to talk about it.
No problem. Just thought I'd ask. Olivia Todd, please.
Hold on, John.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have possession of heroin? All right, court finds probable cause,
I would
$1,000
argue
bond.
that, I would argue there is no probable cause here, Judge.
Okay,
Ms. Todd is never seen in possession of any of these, of any of this heroin. She's not seen inside this blue vehicle that appeared to be used as a shelter, so she's never seen inside it. It appears to be something that more than one person would have access to. And the only connection between Miss Todd and the heroin that was found inside are red hair strands from a wig, which is insufficient to establish that she was ever in possession, dominion, control, or had knowledge that this heroin was there.
state?
It's fine, Judge.
All right, no PC per state and defense. Do you need 24 hours or anything,
No.
or no?
No.
Okay, ROR, thank you. Jovan Jean Baptiste.
No, Broward.
Okay, North Broward, Jovan Jean Baptiste. Sir, you're charged with loitering or prowling. This was at 2:11 a.m. in the morning. Says it should be noted the defendant resides in the city of Lauderdale Lakes and does not have any connection to North Lauderdale. Court does find probable cause, $25 bond. What say you, defense?
Judge, I don't know if Mr. Baptiste wants to work this out. I find probable cause to be extremely weak in this particular case. I think he has a defense to this charge. But if he wants to resolve it, I'd ask the court to see, or ask the state if they have an offer.
Court is going to order no return to 1110 1100 Sussex Drive, North Lauderdale, Florida, regardless of what we do today. If you go back there, sir, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
I agree.
Okay?
he wants to resolve the case, the officer withhold court costs.
Withhold and court costs, how does he want to plead?
Would you like to resolve your case that way, Mr. Baptiste, Mr. John Baptiste? No
I agree.
Okay. You willing to plead no contest, give up your right to a trial?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear.
Yes, you'd have to give up your right to a trial. You don't want a trial. And you'd enter a plea of no contest. The result of the case would be no conviction on your record. You'd have to pay court costs and stay away from this area.
Is that what you want to do, and is that true?
I agree.
Okay. All right, withhold court costs, $293, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. If you don't make the payments, they'll suspend your driver's license, $25 late fee, and it'll affect your credit. Court takes judicial notice of time served. So withhold court costs, $293. Thank you. Good luck, sir. Don't go back there. Next one is an MO, and then we have John Hilson. Or let's see, let's call Ricardo Alcima. I know, I'm gonna ask him if he wants an attorney. Supposed to,
Mr. Alcima's here, Judge.
pay main jail.
Right here.
Morning, Mr. Alcima, how are you?
Good morning.
All right, sir, you have 2 municipal ordinance violations. If you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint one. What would you like to do, sir?
Appoint one.
All right, have a seat. I'll appoint Mr. McLawrence. Can you afford an attorney, sir?
No.
All right, then I'll appoint Mr. McLawrence. Have a seat. He'll probably be here in about 40 minutes. Okay, next one is John Hilson. Good morning, Mr. Hilson. You have resisting an officer, obstructing without violence. Court finds probable cause. What say you, defense? $100 bond.
And speaking of Mr. Hilton, he wishes to ask the court if you would consider resolving this matter today.
Your Honor, before you consider, he is currently on pretrial for 3 cases. 2 of them, all 3 of them are burglary, structure, unoccupied. Case number 1800827 CF1010A. Case number 1800864 CF10A. And case number 1800746 CF10A. We're asking that you revoke his pretrial.
Judge, considering what was said, and Mr. Hilton advised me there's no one that could post this monetary bond, I believe he's out on standard pretrial. I would ask then the court to consider upgrading the level of supervision from standard pretrial to level 2 pretrial at this time, Judge.
Your Honor, I would note, and pretrial can advise me, what I'm showing here, at least on the Judge Lynch's pretrial order on one of these cases, is that he was to reside at First Step Sober House.
That is correct.
And I would note this arrest was at a little after 5 in the morning.
What time does it say? 5 what?
5:15 in the morning.
Okay, anything further, defense?
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay, court's gonna revoke his pretrial in 188264 CF10A, 187046 CF10A, and 188272 CF10A, all burglary of a structure. Court does find probable cause for the resisting an officer. I'm gonna set his bond on all 3, revoke his pretrial, set those bonds at $2,000. And on this case, I'll set his bond at $1. No return to 50, I don't know where this is, West Atlantic Boulevard, Pompano Beach. If you go back there, sir, you will be arrested. So your bond's gonna be, not revoked, your pretrial's gonna be revoked, so a total of $6,000 bond on those other cases. And $1 on this one. Thank you, sir, good luck to you. You're welcome. Jimmy James Williams.
Your Honor, it's a medical reset, but I would ask the court first to take into consideration making a probable cause finding. And considering he's on loan and resisting without violence, I'd have no objection to an ROR.
That's fine.
Okay, Pete per state and defense. PC in absentia. And ROR. Thank you. Marcus Hicks. All right, I think Mr. Okay, sir, have a seat. We'll wait till Mr. McLaurin's comes in, okay? David Bozeman.
Yeah, that's out. Sure, Mr. Court. That I ain't know nothing about.
Medical reset, North Broward. $25, trespass, not a structure or conveyance. Ronnie Winfrey. Mr. Shate, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You have trespass, occupied structure or conveyance. $100 bond, court's gonna order no return to the Publix at 402 East Dania Beach Boulevard, Dania Beach. If you go back there, sir, you're gonna be arrested. Do you understand?
I do.
Thank you. What say you, defense? Does he want to resolve, or what are we doing here?
He does wish to resolve this matter to the judge.
It does say here, after being arrested for petty theft on December 9th, the store manager called and reported that he was back in the store, not within 1 week. What say you, State?
One moment, Judge. Your Honor, the offer would be a time served.
Okay, I'm not going to accept time served.
The reason being is, Your Honor, I checked, I'm not showing an arrest, or I can check to see if there's an NTA. I have to base it on what I have in front of me.
That's what Mr. Winfrey advised me, Judge. He's talking to me as far as a little bit about the facts. He said it wasn't him that got a petty theft. Judge, he's promising not to go back to that specific location, but he does wish to resolve it. Unfortunately, he's homeless. He was giving me more information as far as what it was from, but he wishes to accept the state's offer as far as
The offer's withdrawn. I have found the NTA report from the theft from December 9th at the Publix at 402 East Dania, Your Honor, where he allegedly stole 2 bottles of Epicangria, Your Honor, and was attempting to steal a 12-pack of Bud Light. The offer would be 3 days, Your Honor.
I'd like to accept the state's offer.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, your name is Ronnie Willis Winfrey, Winfrey.
Yes, ma'am.
It's my understanding, Mr. Winfrey, that you want to give up all your rights to a trial?
I do. If I could ask a real quick question now, by accepting the state's offer, is that going to get rid of that NTA that I have? That's going to be for that also? That'll be taking care of my trespass and the NTA?
No, this is just taking care of the trespassing, occupied structure or to conveyance today. And I'm also gonna order no return to the publics,
Yes, ma'am.
all right?
If there's no outstanding restitution on the other matter, would you consider resolving that other matter as well?
No. Mr.
I don't have an offer at this time, Mayor.
Okay. It would just be for this, all right.
So let's start from the top. Your attorney, Mr. Romero, is telling me that you want to resolve your case today and give up all your rights to a trial?
For the
Trespassing, occupied
Yes,
structure,
ma'am.
or conveyance charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is anybody forcing you to do this?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, I have not.
Are you on probation for anything?
How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest to trespassing, occupied structure, or conveyance?
No contest, Your Honor.
You feel that no contest plea is in your best interest?
I do believe so. Yes, ma'am.
All right, 290 adjudication, 3 days, Broward County Jail, credit for time served. 293 in mandatory court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. No return to the public, sir, at 402 East Dania Beach Boulevard, Dania Beach, Florida. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
John Seeger.
Remain?
Okay, Mr. Seeger, main jail. Morning, sir, you have petty theft, second degree, second offense, $100 bond. Count 2 is drug paraphernalia, possess and/or use, no bond required. 3 and 4 are capious misdemeanors, $1,000 bond and $500 bond.
I don't think it's two, at least two.
We'll ask.
Well, one of them's not.
We'll ask.
I just show, I don't have a capious for the second one. I'm only showing a capious, I'm only showing the 182102. State, is there a capious for 1817? It looks like 6.
Yes,
It's so
same,
small.
181788 MM20. They must not have attached it to your paperwork. I have it here. It's
You do?
yes, failure to appear on October 10th of this year.
Okay. All right, so total bond is 100, 1,500, so it's $1,600 total. Court's gonna order no return to the publics. Located at 2511 East Atlantic Boulevard, Pompano Beach. So he is out on a petty theft and gets a petty theft. Do we know if, they were at this Publix?
I'm checking that right now. No, one was at an Home Depot, the other was at a Walmart.
So we have 3 petty thefts here.
Yes, ma'am.
Says at large. All right. Anything further, defense? Not gonna resolve them with 3 pending petty thefts.
That's what he wanted me to ask, Judge, in the alternative. I believe the court pointed out, he is homeless, he's 39 years old. And when he advised no one can post his monetary bond, would you consider releasing him on pretrial release?
No. $1 on 1, 1,000, nothing on 2, no charge on 2, 3 and 4, 1,500. Thank you, good luck to you, sir. Okay, we're gonna skip Mr. Mitzik. Andre Knudsen.
Knudsen,
Name
come on up.
sounds so familiar.
He's here.
Good morning, Mr. Knudsen.
Yes, ma'am, good morning.
You have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond, drug paraphernalia and/or use, and count 3 is trespassing, occupied structure or conveyance. Court's going to order no return to 3306 North University Drive, Sunrise, Florida. Says the officer observed you walking through the parking lot of that address. You were previously trespassed from the location by this particular officer. Court's going to order no return to 3306 North University Drive in Sunrise, Florida. What say you, defense?
Judge, Mr. Knudsen wishes to ask the court if you would consider resolving this matter today.
State?
Your Honor, the offer's 10 days. He was arrested December 3rd. That was for panhandling, in the vicinity. He, looks like he was pled out, released December 11th, October 16th, panhandling, same location, was released on the 24th.
So what days were that?
October 16th, he was sentenced and released on the 24th.
Okay.
December 3rd, pleaded out, was sentenced and released on December 11th. He's got arrested all in the same vicinity, October 7th, September 21st, September 7th, September 2nd, August 12th, June 18th, April 11th, February 23rd, January 31st.
9 times this year, and this is 10.
But the offer would be a withhold on count 1.
The only thing, Judge, my understanding, I understand as far as Mr. Leonard, he's had recent multiple arrests, but my understanding is panhandling. At least we're not here for panhandling, Judge. He was simply walking. So, and consider that, Judge, would the court consider getting involved in extending 5 days?
So you're asking for a withhold on 1 and 2?
That's fine.
And you're asking for 15 days?
No, I meant, if I said 15, I meant 10.
You said 10.
Okay, I'm sorry, I
That's okay.
heard 15 somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Reed. All right, 10 days, Broward County Jail, with credit for time served. He's been arrested 9 times this year.
He wishes to accept the state's offer then, Judge.
Sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your name is Andre Clifford Knudsen, Knutson?
Knudsen.
Knudsen, okay.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
my understanding through your attorney, Mr. Romero, you want to give up all your rights to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness that would affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No, ma'am.
How do you want to plead to possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, drug paraphernalia, possess and/or use, and trespassing, occupied structure or conveyance? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
You feel that the no contest plea is in your best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that I'm going to impose $308 in court costs and that you're going to have to pay it within 6 months? You can make partial payments, let me finish. And that if you don't pay it, they're going to suspend your driver's license. You're going to get a $25 late fee and it'll affect your credit. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You feel that your no contest plea is in your best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, court's gonna accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. On count 1 and 2, withhold and court costs, on one only, $308, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Count 2 is drug paraphernalia, withhold of adjudication. Court takes judicial notice of count 1 and 2, where I withhold adjudication. Count 3 is adjudication, 10 days, Broward County Jail with credit for time served. No return to 3306 North University Drive in Sunrise. You go back there, you will be arrested. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Count 1 and 2 were withholds of adjudication. The trespassing was 10 days. Samij Knowles.
Come on up, sir.
Morning, Mr. Knowles. You have trespass property, not a structure or conveyance, $25 bond. Court's gonna order no return to the Walgreens Pharmacy at 202 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, Florida. Court does find probable cause. Did you see something? Says defendant was arrested for trespassing 11/25 and on 12/4, both of this year. Should be noted the defendant willfully continues to trespass because he knows that the charge is minor with very little jail time. The defendant also stated that he will continue to do this every time he gets released from jail.
No, that's a lie. I'm gonna just sit.
Court finds probable cause. What say you, defense?
Judge, Mr. Simich is disputing as far as the facts that are alleged in the PC affidavit. Let me just make sure I do what he asked me. Hold on one moment, Judge. Judge, at this time, he wishes to waive his right to a trial in disputing these allegations if the court would consider resolving this matter today for time served.
State, what's your offer?
Offers 10 days, Your Honor. He was just arrested December 4th for trespassing at the same location. He was ROR'd to pretrial. Your Honor advised him, I'm looking at the notes on the pretrial supervision order, that he's not to return to this Walgreens, the parking lot, surrounding area. He was arrested November 25th of this year for trespassing at, again, the same location. Looks like he got.
Did I put the bus stop?
You put the parking lot and surrounding location, or that's what was written here. But also, I know looks like he got 3 days on October 8th for trespassing at the same location.
All right, so did he want to take 10 days Broward County Jail? No return?
He will abide by the court's order, Judge, but he's asking the court to get involved, and we're gonna be asking the court to consider extending out for 5 days. My understanding, Judge, I believe this was at the bus stop. He wasn't aware as far as last time that the bus stop was included in the court order. Now he knows.
No.
So, Judge, he's asking for if the court would consider 5 days.
I mean, and I think we're noticing.
10 days Broward County Jail.
Let me ask. Judge, he doesn't want to miss Christmas. That's what he's saying. There was a discrepancy with as far as no return to the bus stop if it was included or not. So he's asking me once again to ask the court if you would consider extending out for 5 days.
Your Honor, there is no discrepancy, and I believe that's why Your Honor ordered the surrounding area to make it clear to him he's not to go around there, period. And as you can see, based on the statements of the officer.
Okay, I missed something. Judge Halal was just sending me something. So what did you say?
He's asking if the court would consider 5 days. He was at the bus stop, Judge. He doesn't want to miss Christmas. So that's why he's asking to ask the court to get involved with this.
No, 10 days Broward County Jail.
Do you wish to accept the state's offer, yes or no, sir? You don't have to.
I know, but then I'm out the blind eye.
You have to try and get $25 now.
Well, that's the next thing we're gonna talk about.
So what do you want? What do you want? Do you want me to? Okay, Judge, he does not wish to resolve this matter. So there's no way, from what he advised me, someone can pay the $25 bond. Would you consider releasing him, or on pretrial release on this case, Judge?
What point is it, he's already out on pretrial with the court telling him he cannot go back there.
He's on pretrial?
Yes, when he was arrested December 4th, it was the same situation. He didn't like the state's offer. Your
Can
Honor,
I have the
R1.
pretrial order?
Yes, I can print it out for you.
If you take 10 days, he'll be out before.
I didn't wanna even say anything. That's up to Mr. Romero to figure out. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna ask him. Okay, court's gonna revoke his pretrial in 18-11749 MM10A. Court's gonna set bond to $250. And on this case, I'm gonna do a $250 bond as well, no return to the Walgreens. Let me make myself clear, sir. That includes the parking lot, including the bus stop, the sidewalks, and surrounding location. Good luck to you, sir. Can you do a revocation order? Ralph Eduardo Calixte.
Calixte, come on up, please. Come on up, please.
All right, Mr. Calixte, you have loitering or prowling, sir, $25 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna order no return to the racetrack, 7350 West McNabb Road, North Lauderdale. What say you, defense?
Judge, from what Mr. Calixte advised me, he has a clean record. If the state can confirm that, we're gonna be asking the court to consider an ROR on his behalf.
Yeah, I'm not showing anything, Your Honor. I apologize. Did the court order no return to that racetrack?
No return to racetrack, 7350 West McNabb Road, North Lauderdale.
Thank you, Judge.
Pardon?
It said thank you.
So ROR? Any objection?
He has no records, Your Honor, so.
Okay, per state and defense, ROR. All right, we're gonna have to take a 15-minute break. Thank you. Okay, we're back on the record.
North Broward has asked if there was a case we could call out of turn.
Sure, who is it?
It is Mr. I believe it's Ortiz on page 17. Yes, Mr. Ortiz on page 17.
O-R-T-I-Z?
Richard Daniel Ortiz.
Read this one.
Pardon?
It's Richard Daniel Ortiz.
Okay. All right, then Mr. McLawrence will take you next. Okay, North Broward. Okay, are you Richard Ortiz, sir?
Yes.
All right, good morning. You have possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond, drug paraphernalia possessed and or used. No bond required. Does he have prior state?
Yes.
What's his priors like?
Let's see, he's resolved a theft August 31st of this year, another theft August 28th. In 2015, possession of PV, he was placed on 2 years probation, May of 2017. Another possession of PVP in 2015, placed on 2 years probation, May 2017. Attempted purchase of cocaine in 07, theft 04. Lengthy history out of the state of New York.
Do you have any concern about him failing to appear? Where do you live, sir?
I live with my girlfriend.
He's
Where's
been
that?
living in the same location for 3 years, Judge. He's been a resident of South Florida for the last 14.
All right, I'll ROR him then.
Thank you, Judge.
Sir.
Thank you.
Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. McLawrence, we have Ricardo Alcima.
He's on page 9 of the docket, and he's in the main jail.
Yes, I spoke to him already. He said he wanted me to appoint you.
And I spoke to Mr. Alcima. He would like to resolve his case if he could, Judge.
All right, let me take a look. Hold on. All right, this court's, sir, you have 2 municipal ordinances for trespass after warning, resisting without violence. Court is gonna appoint you, Mr. McLawrence, in this case. Court does have a concern. It says that your client was yelling profanity at employees at the deli counter. This was working an off-duty uniform detail at the Wawa, which the court is gonna order no return to 2620 West Broward Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. The problem is the officer had to tell him 10 times to leave the store or he would be arrested.
Just so the court is aware, he doesn't live here. He lives in Palm Beach, and he works in Palm Beach, and he takes care of his children in Palm Beach. He just happened to be passing through and stopped by to get something to eat. And he claimed that he paid for his food, and they didn't give him the food that he paid for. So that's what... But I explained all that to him, and he's told me he would like to resolve this so he can get back to Palm Beach.
What's his prior history state on Mr., I know this is a MO, Richard Alcima? Sir, there's no return regardless of what we do to the Wawa, 2620 West Broward Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, what say you, Kifa? I'm sorry.
The last arrest I see here was on, 2015.
For what? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Okay. So I'll do a withhold of adjudication on each one. Court costs on count 1, no return, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Is that what he'd like to do?
Yes, Judge, and I explained all that to him. So, Mr. Alcima, one of the things the judge said is you can't return to that Wawa. Okay? All right.
All right, sir, so how does he want to plead to those 2 charges?
How do you plead, Mr. Alcima?
Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No content.
You want to give up all your rights to a trial?
resolve this matter today? Yes.
Okay, we're gonna resolve it today for withhold of adjudication, court costs of $78. I'll give you 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Did you speak to him, Mr. McLawrence, about what happens if he doesn't pay it?
Yes, Judge, I did.
All right, so how does he wanna plead?
No contest, Judge.
Okay, court's gonna accept his plea, withhold on one, and court costs $78, 6 months to pay, partial payments. Count two is a withhold of adjudication, court takes judicial notice of time served in the Broward County Jail. No return to the Wawa. Thank you, sir, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Next one is Marcus Hicks, please.
And he's on page 10 of the docket. He's also in the main jail.
Okay, page 10, main jail.
And Judge, he's here on a KPS for an open container. He would like to resolve. He also indicated to me that he's homeless, and I discussed the Henderson CRC program with him,
All right, awesome.
and he told me he would like to take advantage of that.
All right. So, Mr. Hicks, you have an alcoholic beverage violation. Do you want to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Why they don't give me? Hold on. Yes, Michelle. Come on up. Sure. I don't know if we did them. Okay, they need to start putting my first and middle name here, so. Okay, ask, does Eric Linder have any objection? No objection. Okay. Should have had extra blank copies, so. Just make copies and maybe you can print. Give me one moment, Mr. McLaurin, sorry. Do you have any priors?
I don't know, Judge. This is Marcus Hicks.
Yes.
It's all right, I got it. Yeah.
Signing the order, Mr. McLaurin's appointing you. You're welcome.
Okay. He had a theft in 2015, possession of cannabis 2015.
All right. Adjudication time served, $78. 6 months to pay, obviously, partial payments accepted.
Judge, that's what he desires. He'd like to resolve and take advantage of the Henderson CRC program.
Okay, thank you. All right, so sir, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
All right, adjudication time served, $78 in court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. We'll send them off to the CRC tonight at 9 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
There's just one last one.
I have it. Okay?
On page-
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, and the court does find probable cause. Next one is Leroy Mixick.
He's at North Broward, Judge. He's a medical reset. Apparently, he's under quarantine. And I have represented Mr. Mischek before, Judge.
All right, so is he gonna be under quarantine tomorrow?
I have no idea, Judge.
Okay, so North Broward. We can find probable cause today or tomorrow, it doesn't matter to me.
Judge, if we could wait for tomorrow, I'd appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Ms. Hip-Wiggins, I have that, order. Michelle, you're gonna be getting a CRC, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thanks. Anything else going on? Okay, thanks. Michael Babby,
He's here, President, Main Judge.
Main Jail. Mr. Babby, good morning, sir. You have trespass, unoccupied structure, or conveyance. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna order no return to John's Coin Laundry at 4709 Northwest 14th Street, Lauderhill. If you go back there, sir, you'll be arrested. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. They wanted you arrested me outside the store, not at the laundromat.
Okay, well, in any event, till this matter is over, today's not your trial day. So just for now, no return to the laundromat, including the parking lot, surrounding areas, and the bus stop. Do you understand?
Okay.
And it includes the sidewalks. Okay, court finds probable cause, bond set at $25. He was trespassed on December 10th from that location. Said he'd been there 1 hour to the officer. And then he stated to the officer he wouldn't leave. What say you, defense?
Judge, and speaking with Mr. Babby, he may have a possible defense. He was, as you heard, he basically tipped off his defense. He wasn't at that location. He was at a public sidewalk. So, Judge, considering that, we're going to be asking the court to consider an ROR on Mr. Babby so he could have his day in court.
It says right here, just to let you know, he was within 2 feet of the entrance of the business.
So he's not in the store. So,
Well, he was in front of the store.
well, depending on what was told to him, Judge, you might have a good case. So, Judge, would Your Honor consider an ROR on Mr. Babby's behalf?
I'll put him on standard pretrial supervision. Not require a bond. He's got to report within 24 hours of his release. Call in twice a week. No reporting after that, but he does have to report the first time. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, good luck. Show up for court. No, don't go back there. Francie Dorzine.
Mr.
Hello.
Dorzine, come on up, please.
Good morning, Mr. Dorzine. You have a petty theft, $500 bond. Court does find probable cause. What say you, defense?
Judge, Mr. Dorzine wants me to ask the court to consider resolving this matter today.
One moment, Judge.
We do Mr. Hidalgo. We did him, right?
Yes, Judge.
Because I got a message, he wants to appear by phone. He has a private attorney.
That's the extradition case. Very first.
All right, well, we'll call him. Do we have any, did they forget somebody?
There's a gentleman in North Broward, Judge, that they just bought down and realized he needed a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, is he the next person, Jesus Fernandez?
No, he's not. It's Mr. Moran on page 18.
Moran, okay, let's see. All right, so let's finish this gentleman, then we'll do the Spanish interpreter, and then we will call Mr. Mendito.
Mr. Hidalgo, Eddie Hidalgo also used the services of a translator this morning, Judge.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna call the attorney on the record and tell him we did them. Thank you, though.
Your Honor, I do not have an offer at this time. The allegations are that Mr. Dorzine stole a package from a woman's front porch, was captured on surveillance, so it appears there's restitution issues.
All right, so I'll leave the $500 bond in place. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You'll go to court tomorrow. Okay, Angel Moran, please. North Broward. Okay, raise your, good morning. How are you, sir?
Very good, Your Honor.
All right. Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth? Do you swear and/or affirm to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Theodore Leal for the record. Leal spelled L-E-A-L.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what page is this? 18. Page 18, Angel Moran. Are you Mr. Moran, sir?
¿Usted, señor Morán, señor?
Sí,
Yes.
sí, señor.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, good morning, sir. You have a charge of resisting an officer,
Señor.
obstruct with violence.
Buenos días. Usted tiene un cargo de poner resistencia a un oficial y causar una obstrucción con violencia.
We need to talk about bond.
Tenemos que hablar sobre la fianza.
Then we have disorderly conduct, breach of the peace, no bond required.
También por desorden y por perturbar la paz, lo cual no requiere fianza.
Court's going to order no return
Se le va a obligar a que no vuelva al lugar de los hechos,
to the Dunkin'
Okay.
to the Dunkin' Donuts,
a Dunkin' Donuts.
located
Okay.
at 4401
Está ubicado en el 4401
South Flamingo Road,
South Flamingo Road,
Davie, Florida.
Sí.
en el Davie, en el estado de Florida. Yes.
Says here in the probable cause affidavit,
Aquí en el escrito de probabilidad de indicio de culpa,
he appears to be homeless.
al parecer usted no tiene hogar, está de ambulante.
States that the officer never saw him before.
Según el reporte, el oficial nunca lo había visto antes.
He allegedly was touching other customers and was moving objects on the countertops.
Supuestamente había tocado o hizo contacto con otros clientes y empezó a mover unos objetos que estaban en el mostrador.
All right, what say you, state?
¿Qué dice la fiscalía? A ver.
Your Honor, I'd recommend a $500 bond on count one.
Recomiendo $500 de fianza por el cargo número 1, recomendación de la fiscalía.
Defense?
Defensa.
Yes, Judge, I don't know what Mr. Moran's financial situation is.
No sé cuál es
Would you
la situación
like to take a
financiera.
break?
Yeah, maybe that would be best, since I could not speak with him before this because of the
problem.
language.
Vamos a tomar un receso ya que la defensa no conoce bien la situación económica del señor Morán y no tuvo oportunidad de hablar con él debido a la barrera del idioma.
Okay. Your attorney's gonna call you now.
Su abogado lo va a llamar en breve, ¿sí?
Go by the phone, sir, to your left. Can you tell him that in Spanish? Go to the left.
Hacia la izquierda, hacia el teléfono, lo están llamando.
Thank you. All right, so let's go back on, let's call. Deputy at North Broward, if you could mute the mic, I'd appreciate it, thank you. Hi, Mr. Mendito, it's Judge Malika in First Appearance Court, how are you?
Hey, Judge, good morning.
So we actually had your client already. You are on speakerphone, you're being recorded, but I just got a message from my office and I did want to give you the courtesy of a call back. So
Thank you.
he has an out-of-state hold for 1 to 3 counts of credit card fraud. We did have a Spanish interpreter. I told him he's going to be held no bond. We have extradition court Tuesdays through Thursdays at 1 p.m. I don't know if he has anything else pending, but you might want to get together with Mr. Ken Farnsworth from the state attorney's office. Because if it's not this week, today or Thursday, I don't know what time or what day they're doing the extradition hearings next week. They're doing them one day.
Okay, so it's either gonna be tomorrow or the following week.
Yes, so you might want to give him a call.
Okay, I'll give him a
He's
call.
831-5525.
5525.
All right, and I hope you feel better, sir.
Thank you, Judge, I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, bye-bye.
Have a great.
You too, bye-bye. All right, Jesus Fernandez Estacio.
No problem, Your Honor.
Okay, we're gonna have to skip that one then. How about, who do we have next, Mr.
It would be Mr. Derrico, Cleveland Derrico, and he bonded, Judge, on the bottom of page 13.
Thank you. So court finds probable cause. Who's the next one?
We could do D'Angelo Vias, come on up, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Vuse. You have a violation of parole. You're gonna be held no bond. The parole board will be coming to talk to you soon, sir. Thank you. Good luck.
Ma'am, that's still requiring because my probation officer had mentioned it to me, and my probation was supposed to be over on the 12th.
Well, this says it's a parole hold. Any comment, Sheila?
Even though my probation supposed to be over on the 12th, you just incarcerated me, 2 days ago?
Okay.
So
I can't hear you. Can you talk into the mic so he can hear you, Sheila? Can you say it again so they can hear you? Pull the mic down, Sheila, please. We have to make sure everything's recorded in here and everybody can hear. Can you hear? You gotta press the button while you talk, I believe.
There's no comment needed. There's a hit in the system from Florida Parole Commission.
Says FYI, hit confirmed by arresting officer. So, Mr. Romero, if your office wants to look into it further, that would be great, okay? Speak to the public defender, sir. Thank you. Are we ready on Mr. Angel Moran? Can we go back to him?
Yes, we can, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have you had an opportunity, Mr. Reedy, to speak to him?
Yes, I have, Your Honor, with the kind assistance of the interpreter.
Okay, thank you. He's always kind, all of them are.
He's North Broward, Judge.
I'm sorry,
That's
North
all
Broward?
Yes.
Okay, we have Mr. Moran back.
Aquí el señor Morán, una vez
So
más.
bond
Judge,
by
I'm
the
gonna-
state is $500 is what they're requesting.
I'm going to ask the court to consider releasing Mr. Moran on his own recognizance,
Libertad
Judge.
bajo palabra. Eso es lo que le estamos pidiendo a la juez.
He does have a place to stay,
Él sí tiene un lugar donde quedarse.
although right now he does not have the exact address.
Aunque en este preciso instante él no tiene la dirección exacta.
It is located in the area of Griffin and Flamingo Roads.
Está en el área de Flamingo.
And it's kind of a facility for homeless people.
Es un hogar para personas que están accidentadas. Yes.
Sí, así es.
That's right.
I also understand from what he's told me, he has no prior criminal history whatsoever.
A mi entender, él no tiene ningún antecedente penal de ningún tipo.
No, señor.
No, sir.
No.
No.
What's that? Yeah, he had a prior offense.
So I know the state wants a monetary bond, Judge, but I don't think he's going to be able to afford a monetary
Sí,
bond.
yo sé que la fiscalía pide fianza, pero yo creo que él no tiene el dinero para pagar la fianza. Creo que no. Vamos
How
a
does
ver.
he support himself?
¿Cómo se mantiene? ¿Cómo hace para mantenerse?
Mi familia, la aseguranza y la compañía me paga todo eso por el accidente.
My family plus the insurance company because I had an accident.
How much money do you have in the bank, sir?
¿Cuánto dinero tiene usted en el banco, señor?
En el banco,
In the bank?
como $800, pero lo tiene mi familia.
About $800, but my family has that.
All right.
All the phone numbers are in his wallet.
Y tiene en su cartera de él tiene los teléfonos.
Sí,
Yes,
cierto.
that's right, yes.
Okay, so I'll do a property. Unless state, you want to agree to something else.
Fiscalía. A ver qué dice la
No,
fiscalía.
Judge.
Right, he did hit the officer 3 times, so.
I understand, Judge. It also appears as though he was intoxicated at the time, and it's the first time he's been arrested.
No, it hasn't been.
Golpeado. No, no es la primera vez que lo arrestan.
In 2014 in Palm Beach, resisting without violence with disorderly
Y
intoxication.
tuvo conducta desordenada mientras estaba ebrio en... Was it West Palm, you said?
Yes.
En West Palm Beach.
I mean, I can put him on standard pretrial,
Lo podemos poner en libertad provisional,
but I'm going to do no alcohol or intoxicants.
prohibiendo el alcohol y sustancias enervantes.
That would be fine.
Eso estaría bien.
Okay. Sir,
Señor,
they're going to give you a map in Spanish. Thank you, Deputy McCoy, I appreciate it.
gracias al alguacil le van a dar un mapa en español.
Sir, you see
Señor.
Yes.
you're going to have to,
Señor,
Sí, dígame.
yes.
you're going to have to report within 24 hours of your release
Cuando lo libere se reporta a las 24 horas
to the address to pretrial services.
a la dirección de la Delegación de Libertad Provisional.
If you don't report, sir, I want to make it very clear
Si no se reporta, quiero dejarlo muy en claro
that you are going to be arrested and have a warrant out for your arrest.
que será arrestado y le pondrán orden de arresto si no se presenta.
And most likely you'll be held no bond.
Y lo más probable es que lo mantengan detenido sin fianza.
So it's very important that you show up within 24 hours of your release.
Es muy importante que usted comparezca a las 24 horas de su libertad.
¿En qué
Also,
lugar?
Which place?
where they gave you the map,
El
sir.
mapa
Do you
que le
see the
dieron.
map?
¿Ve un mapa ahí? El mapa, señor, ¿lo ve?
Spanish.
¿Está en español?
Oficina del programa de previo.
Program of Supervision.
You're going to have to call in
Tiene que llamar
twice a week.
ahí 2 veces por semana a reportarse por teléfono.
Bueno,
Good.
está bien.
That's fine.
Or you know what? You're going to call in 4 times a week. I'm sorry.
Perdón, 4 veces a la semana, disculpe.
4 veces.
4 times.
No reporting once a month
Estamos reportándose una vez al mes,
except after you appear physically in court.
excepto después, ya que cuando comparezca y ya en persona aquí en el tribunal.
And I just want to make it clear,
Quiero que
if
quede muy claro
his attendance is not required in court,
que eso no se
write
requiere
this in the order, he's not required to appear in person.
aparecer en persona.
Do you understand, sir?
¿Entiende, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, so I'm not going to require a bond. Comply with the conditions. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Así que no le vamos a poner fianza, pero cumpla con las condiciones.
And
Suerte
no
para usted,
return
señor.
to Dunkin' Donuts.
Y no vuelva al Dunkin' Donuts.
And let me ask you one further question, sir.
Una pregunta más, señor.
Sí, señor.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this 3660 Kewanee, Kewanee Road, Lake Worth address? Is that where you're going to get your mail?
Esta dirección que aparece aquí, 3660 Kewanee Road, eso es en Lake Worth. ¿Es ahí donde usted recibe su correspondencia?
No, no, no. Es aquí en la casa donde vivo, en el home.
No, I get it right here in the home where I live.
Okay, what is the address?
¿Y esa dirección de donde vive, cuál es?
Esa es la Griffith y la Flamingo.
Griffin and Flamingo.
Sí, ahí está cerquita del Dunkin' Donuts.
Very close to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Pardon?
Very close to the Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, well, you're not allowed back to the Dunkin' Donuts, including the parking lot.
Está prohibido que vaya al Dunkin' Donuts, incluyendo el estacionamiento.
Ok,
Okay.
está bien.
And
That's
that
fine.
includes the sidewalks as well.
Y también incluye la acera de enfrente también. de Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, okay.
All right,
okay.
so sir, I'm concerned about you getting, if you don't know the address,
Me
Señor,
preocupa que usted no sepa la dirección, señor.
court has concern about how you're
aquí
gonna get.
traigo la tarjeta en mi cartera.
In my wallet, I have the business card.
All right, well, here's the thing.
He aquí la cosa.
It's your responsibility if you don't get a notice in the mail
Es su responsabilidad, si usted no tiene la cuestión por correspondencia, la
to
notificación de
show up for
comparecencia,
court.
aparecer, venir a la corte.
If you don't show up for court,
Si usted no comparece ante el tribunal,
the judge will probably issue a no bond hold.
lo más probable es que el juez emita un auto de retención.
So,
Sí, pero ¿en cuál corte tengo que ir?
Which court do I have to go to?
sir, I don't know, you have to look at the court date.
No sé, señor, tendrá usted que buscar
the
la
notice.
fecha y la notificación.
So, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm
Eso es lo que
gonna
voy a
ask
hacer.
you to ask pretrial services
Voy a pedirle que usted hable con la delegación de libertad provisional.
when your court date is.
¿Cuál es su fecha de la corte? Le pregunto ahí.
It's your responsibility, sir, to update your address immediately upon in writing with the clerk of court.
Es su responsabilidad actualizar su correspondencia inmediatamente con la Secretaría del Tribunal.
And you can also go to the clerk's office
Usted puede también ir en persona a la Secretaría del Tribunal
and ask them about your court date.
y pedirles la fecha de comparecencia suya.
You can also go online, www.browardclerk.org.
O también puede hacerlo que alguien en línea en el www.Broward Clerk Court.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Gracias, señor, y buena suerte para usted.
Señor, ¿cómo le hago para llegar a mi casa?
So,
¿Me puede dar un transporte?
how do I do to get home? Can I be helped with the transportation?
You'll have to speak to them at the jail,
Tiene que
sir.
hablar con los servicios de la cárcel, señor.
Thank you, sir.
Hable
Good
con
luck to you.
ellos. Gracias y suerte para usted, señor.
Bueno, gracias.
Jesus
Yes, thank you.
Fernandez, thank you. I don't think we need anybody else. Need an interpreter?
No, Judge.
Okay, thank you so much for coming back. Or the other gentleman was here.
Fernandez is at North Broward, Your Honor.
He would like to resolve this today if possible.
Okay, North Broward, Mr. Jesus Fernandez Estacio.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. You have trespass, failure to leave property upon order by owner, $25 bond. You also have a capious misdemeanor for possession of cannabis under 20 grams, $1,000 bond set by, who was that? Okay, that's set by Judge Hurley. What say you, defense? Court does find probable cause.
Judge, Mr. Fernandez Estacio indicated to me he'd like to resolve these matters today.
Your Honor, I'll make an offer on count 2, and that would be a withholding court cost. I do not have an offer on count 1 at this time, noting that this is residential property and that the trespassing occurred after he was warned about an hour previously to that he could not be at the location.
Where does your client live?
How close do you live to the Royal Towers, Mr. Fernandez Estacio?
I live pretty close, like less than a mile.
As we talked about earlier today, you've got to stay away from this place, no matter what happens here. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, no going by the pool. I think that this was by the pool area of the facility, Judge, or the residential area. The Royal Palm Towers. He understands to stay away.
Well, I don't know about that because he showed up an hour later. That's what's concerning to me.
Right, I know, but it's not a situation. I think it'd be even worse if he showed up a day later. I mean, he just didn't leave when he was supposed to leave.
What's his prior history?
Mostly traffic. He had a felony fleeing and eluding in 2013.
All right, so I'll do a withholding court costs on count 1, 308, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. no return to the Royal Towers if he goes back there. You will be arrested, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Does he want to resolve count two? All right, sir,
Yes,
how do you
Judge.
want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest to possession of marijuana under 20 grams?
Not guilty.
Not guilty, okay?
Do you want a trial?
No.
You can plead no contest means that you're not admitting that you did anything wrong.
No contest.
Okay,
I actually showed up to that court day, and I don't know, they had no information on me.
Okay,
all right, here's the thing. If you want to be released and you don't want to admit to the charge, don't feel like you have to pay the $1,000 bond. I'll release you, and if you don't come back to court, then you're gonna have a warrant out for your arrest, but the bond will probably be a lot more than $1,000.
What, if I plead guilty?
No, if you want to come back to court and fight it. In other words, I don't want you admitting to the possession of marijuana charge, just so you can get out of jail today.
Okay.
So I can ROR you on that charge, which means no bond is gonna be required, and I'm not gonna require a $1,000 bond, but I'm just letting you know, you're gonna keep getting arrested and coming back to court if you don't show up.
Okay, I got you.
So, do you want to admit to the possession of marijuana charge, or do you want to fight it?
I'll just admit to it.
All right, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Will I get out if I plead, guilty or
You
not?
can plead anything, you're getting out today, so what,
No
not
contest.
guilty means I didn't do it,
No
and I
contest.
want to come back to court.
No contest.
Okay, do you understand what no contest is?
Yeah.
Okay, so court's gonna accept his plea, withhold court costs, $308, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted, no return to this Royal Palm Towers. Court takes judicial notice of time served in the Broward County Jail. And sir, whether your address is correct or not, it's up to you to go online and keep up with your court date. I am gonna
Okay.
ROR you on the trespass, failure to leave property. But if you don't show up to court, that's on you. You'll be, spend another night in jail. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
No, he took a plea on the possession of marijuana, the capias, not the trespass.
You had said count one.
Oh, I'm sorry, count two,
Okay.
the capias. Withhold of adjudication, court cost on the possession of marijuana. The other one is ROR. Oleg Oliver, please.
Is he our main judge?
Main jail. Mr. Oliver, you have robbery with a firearm. Court does find probable cause. Court's gonna order no return to the IHOP at 851 West Sample Road, Deerfield Beach. What say you, state?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, this should be probable cause for attempted robbery with a deadly weapon.
Okay, so any objection?
No, that's what I was going to say.
All right,
I just need a moment, Judge.
okay, PC for attempted robbery with a deadly weapon. For state and defense.
Your Honor, I'm gonna be requesting a $20,000 bond. No victim contact, no return. I can tell you right now, there's a warrant for Mr. Oliver out of the state of Maryland. From
What?
November 9th of this year, possession of synthetic narcotics. I can tell you the,
Is he gonna be extradited on that? Are they gonna file charges, or is that?
it's surrounding states only. I can advise the court, the warning instruction on the teletype warrant information advises that, he be approached with caution, may be armed, he's an escape risk. I can tell you an individual twice in 2013 sought injunctions, orders of protections against Mr. Oliver. One moment, Judge. It looks like he has a pending case out of the state of Maryland for destruction of property, disorderly conduct. There was an arrest in 2016 for assault. I have no disposition. Destruction of property, 2016. Theft, 2015. Your Honor, he was arrested in Palm Beach and has an open charge of battery from November 22nd. So while there's violence in Mr. Oliver's past and present, and it also would appear he does not have ties to the community. I would also note the strength of this case in that 3 independent witnesses identified Mr. Oliver as the suspect with 100% certainty.
Okay. What say you, defense?
Judge, that is true. He's from Maryland. That's where he's lived the majority of his life. He's been down here for a couple weeks now. He's not working. He gets disability. From what he informed me, he's been getting disability since he was 13 years old. At this time, he is homeless. He advised me he has no money in the bank. He owns no sort of property. So therefore, I'd ask you to take that into consideration determining reasonable release conditions on Mr. Oliver's behalf.
Okay, no return to the IHOP at the address I mentioned, GPS level 2, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. And I want you to maintain 1,000 feet from this IHOP, $10,000 bond. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Anthony Gassett.
No problem, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
You're
Yes?
welcome. Judge Marlon, can we reset him for tomorrow? He got a little irritated, so I had to take him back to the.
Sure, unless you want for this afternoon, but tomorrow's fine too.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
No problem. Thank
Well, you
you.
know, yeah, let's do it this afternoon.
Okay. All right, can we reset him? Thank you. And if it's too much, then just forget it and we'll, just let me know and just send him back, okay? And I'll do it for tomorrow. Thank you. All right, Devin Hicks, please. Devin Hicks. What page is he?
That was here as well. He refused to come.
What page?
15. He was to attend.
Okay. All right, so court finds probable cause. Going tomorrow before his division judge anyway. Barbara McCarthy, so court will set. You know what, I'll just ROR him on 2. Thank you. Next one's gonna be Warwick Haggins. Appears to be loan, it says medical.
see his document, please?
His medical loan? Okay.
Yes, he does.
Sometimes, you know, it says that and there is no picture, so, I mean, the person shows up. Billy Brown, please.
He's here, main judge.
Thank you. Morning, Mr. Brown. You have a petty theft, second degree, third subsequent offense, so they're trying it as a felony. $750 bond. Count 2 is resisting an officer, obstructing without violence. No bond required. You do have a no bond hold. You are going before your division judge, Judge Barbara McCarthy, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Court finds probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the Publix, 2511 East Atlantic Boulevard, Pompano Beach, Florida. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You'll see Judge McCarthy tomorrow. Good luck. Omondo Wesby,
He's here present, Judge of Maine.
Main Jail. Good morning, Mr. Wesby. You have trespassing, unoccupied structure or conveyance, $25 bond. Court's going to order no return to the Galleria Mall, sir. That includes the parking garage, any bus stops adjoining it on that side of the street, and the parking lot. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, bond set at $25 on count 1. There's a no bond hold on count 2. Going before Judge Usan tomorrow. Court will set the bond $1 ROR on the trespass, Mr. Romero.
Judge Usan, $1.
Thank you. $1 on count 1. Probation violation, no bond, no return. Thank you, sir. Joe Henry Ballard, please.
He's here present, Maine.
Main Jail, Mr. Ballard. Good morning, sir. You have burglary with assault or battery. Court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no return to 3999 Cocoa Plum Circle in Coconut Creek. Court's also going to order no contact with,
Your Honor, I was just gonna say, I didn't, because they have multiple names there.
yeah, so it's LLG.
No.
Yes,
I believe that's the mother of the alleged victim.
I know, and then it has the juvenile.
Okay, well, just
Yeah. We have a juvenile's initials?
EG.
Okay, and so no contact with LLG and EG. What say you, State?
Your Honor, based on the allegations, I'm gonna be requesting that the court hold Mr. Ballard no bond upon a finding of proof evident or presumption great for first appearance purposes only.
All right, let me refresh my memory with this again. Okay, now I remember. What say you, defense?
Your Honor, we would object to the court making a finding of proof evident presumption great at this stage of the proceedings based solely on a probable cause affidavit submitted by the state. Proof evident presumption great is the highest standard of proof that we have in the criminal system, higher even than proof beyond and to the exclusion of each and every reasonable doubt. The state has called no witnesses. They've introduced no evidence. They're asking this court to make a finding of the highest level of proof based solely on a probable cause affidavit, which I have reviewed, and Mr. Ballard offers an explanation as to what took place that may eventually turn out to perhaps be correct. We don't know at this point. That's why it's important that the court adhere to this very high standard of proof and set bond for Mr. Ballard.
And Your Honor, I
Are you
would add,
talking about that he observed a young male running out of her home?
Yes, according to the probable cause affidavit, that is what he had said.
and Your Honor, I would ask the court to take into consideration the reasonableness of Mr. Ballard's explanation that out of concern, he decided to just walk into this person's home.
And slid his hand down her back and
Well,
so forth?
And
That's not what he says.
I'm basing it, even if we're just looking at solely his explanation, of such great concern, he didn't feel it necessary to contact her mother. That he just walked into the home, admittedly, didn't knock on the door, just walks right in. This juvenile just runs up to him and hugs him for no reason, and then that's it.
Okay, I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit Mr. Ballard filed in your case, and I find probable cause. I further find the proof of guilt to be evident or the presumption great. Therefore, on the burglary with assault or battery, the court's going to hold you no bond pending further order of the court. This order serves without prejudice for you to file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge and request a hearing under State v. Arthur. No victim contact, direct or indirect, with LLG or EG, and that includes no messages through third parties. Thank you, sir. Earl Baldwin Murray, please.
He's approaching, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Murray. You have a violation of parole. You have a no bond hold. Parole board will come and speak to you soon, sir. Thank you. Demarius Ben.
He's approaching.
Morning, Mr. Ben. You have a capious misdemeanor $100 bond. You do have 2 probation violations. You have no bond hold. You're going before your division judge, Judge Edward Merrigan, tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Court does find probable cause. Court will set bond at $1 on count 1 and no bond on count 2. Good luck to you, sir. Unless you want an ROR, Mr. Romero, let me know. Christopher Brazicki. Age 18. Good morning, Mr. Brazicki. You have grand theft between $300 and $5,000. $1,000 bond. Count 2 is petty theft. First degree property between $100 to $300, $100 bond. Count 3 is resisting an officer obstructing without violence. No bond required. The court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no return to the target of 4400 North State Road 7 in Coral Springs, Florida. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
All right, what say you, state? Defense, $1,100 bond.
First, in reference to count 2 and 3, Judge, he doesn't know quite what that's about, so we would like to know when was the alleged date of incident on that count.
Yesterday.
Does make sense. Judge, knowing that, Judge, that really doesn't change Mr. Brzezicki's point of view as far as financial position. At this time, he is homeless. From what he advised me, he's looking for work. I believe he told me he had an interview scheduled for today. Supposed to start today. Start today. So, Judge, right now, from what he advised me, there's no one that could post his monetary bond. He owns no sort of property. He has no money in the bank. Judge, he's asking the court to consider releasing him ROR on these offenses.
Your Honor, I have some concerns. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. He doesn't reside here. It's showing he's from New Jersey. He has a history of drug priors out of New Jersey. And now we're here on, as you can see, this is not an isolated incident. He's repeatedly gone back to this same target to steal merchandise, to sell it for cash. I suspect that he is doing this to support a drug habit.
Yep, it has the 15th of December and the 16th of December. So I'll tell you what, I'll do $1, $1,000 on 1, $1 on 2, no bond required on 3, no return to the target. Thank you, sir. Next one is Marshad Fairweather, please.
Come on up. Oh, no, Mr. Moran is North Broward, Judge.
No, Mr.
Merriweather.
Machard Fairweather, I didn't say
Fairweather.
Moran.
Sorry.
That was the Spanish interpreter one.
Okay, that's what I said, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize. Just wanted you to know. All right, so are you Murshad Fairweather, sir?
Yes.
All right, good morning, sir. You have burglary, occupied dwelling unarmed. We need to talk about bond. Count 2 is possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. Count 3 is dealing in stolen property, $3,500 bond. Count 4, sir, is false owner info for pawn items less than $300. Court does find probable cause. What say you, state?
One moment, Your Honor.
Sure, take your time.
Thank you.
Court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials CEAM.
Yes.
Direct or indirect, sir.
Your Honor, you may recall we had his co-defendant earlier who the jail needed to bring him to, I believe, his juvenile courtroom.
Okay.
I'm gonna be requesting on count 1, a $15,000 bond, pretrial release of the GPS monitor. Mr. Fairweather, as a juvenile, has 10 prior burglaries ranging from conveyances to dwellings.
Juvie. Burglary of what?
Well, he had
Conveyances or
10
dwellings?
all of them, burglary, conveyance, from what I can tell, structures and dwellings.
Okay. No problem, thank you. Go ahead.
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay, what say you, defense?
Judge, in speaking to Mr. Fairweather, he once again told me what his financial situation is. He just can't possibly afford any sort of monetary bond. He's 19 years old, been here his whole entire life. At this time, he advised me he's looking for work. He lives in Hollywood with his mother. Right now, from what he advised me, his mother is employed but can't afford to post any sort of monetary bond. Due to Mr. Fairweather advised me, like, she has bills, rent, and everything like that right now she can't afford any sort of monetary bond. So therefore, Mr. Fairweather is asking the court to consider releasing him, our work, but to level 2 pretrial release.
Okay, based on his prior history, the facts and circumstances of his case and the totality of his circumstances, we have more victims, by the way. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with CEAM, with NGR, and with TAJ. Any other, state?
I think you've got them all, Judge.
I just wanted to make sure.
Of course.
And there's going to be no return to 1835. Tell you what, I'm gonna order from the 1600 to 1800 block of Northwest 66th Avenue to 69th Avenue, which is known as Paradise Gardens. No order, no return. And 1605 East River Drive, Margate, Florida, and maintain 1,000 feet minimum from those addresses, 500 feet from the alleged victims minimum. GPS level 2. Court's gonna do 7,500 on 1. Count 2, I'm not gonna require a bond. Count 3, court will do, $2,500 bond.
Say she doesn't want to.
And count 4, $1,000 bond. So the total bond is $10,000. Thank you, sir, good luck to you. Christian McCullough.
Please approaching.
Morning, Mr. McCullough. You have $25 bond for loitering or prowling. Court's gonna order no return to the racetrack gas station located at 7350 West McNabb Road in North Lauderdale. If you go back there, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a probation violation or community control. You're going before Judge Marina Garcia Wood tomorrow. Court finds probable cause. $1 bond on 1 or ROR.
I think $1 would be.
All right, $1 on the loitering or prowling. The no bond hold, count 2 is no bond hold. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Willie Albert Johnson, please.
Mr. Johnson, come on up, please.
Main jail, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Good. This is page 20 of the docket.
Yes, Judge, and I would state that it appears count 4, the municipal ordinance, is intertwined with the other 3 charges on the docket.
Oh, thank you for that, Mr. Reedy. I appreciate that. All right, so, sir, you have a charge of possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. 2 is possession of cannabis, $100 bond. 3 is possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver cocaine, $25 bond. The municipal ordinance violation is an open container, $25 bond. They found $1,762.15 in his wallet. Court finds probable cause. What say you?
Judge, Mr. Johnson advised me right now he's not going to be able to afford to post that monetary bond. He's homeless. He's 44 years old, been here in South Florida since he was 7 years old. At this time, he's looking for stable employment. So what he does on the side is wash his cars. From what he advised me, there's no one that can post his monetary bond. So he's asking to be released on pretrial release. Mr. Johnson did advise me on a previous occasion he was placed on pretrial release, and he knows he could do it now.
Your Honor, state would object. He is a registered offender. He has a lengthy history. He's been previously convicted with failing to register. Convicted of failing to register.
All right, anything further, anybody?
No, Judge.
Not at this time.
GPS open schedule. I'll do ROR on 1, ROR on 2. I'll leave the $2,500 in place on 3 and the $25 bond I'll ROR. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Next one's going to be James Fonseca, please, page 20 of the docket. Main jail.
Come on up, sir.
How you doing today, Mr. Fonseca?
All right, Karen.
All right. So, sir, you have burglary, unoccupied dwelling, unarmed, petty theft, second degree, first offense, $25 bond, and count 3 is criminal mischief to a church, synagogue, mosque, or religious establishment.
Your Honor?
Yes?
In an abundance of caution, I'd ask the court to find probable cause for burglary of a structure on count 1.
Okay, any objection by the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, court finds PC per the state and defense. Count 1, burglary of a structure. Okay, and then court's gonna order no return, sir, to the synagogue, Moates Itchak Cove Synagogue at 2615 Sterling Road, Dania Beach, Florida, sir. And I want you to maintain 1,000 feet minimum from that synagogue. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. What say you, state?
Your Honor, I'd be requesting a $7,500 bond on count one, based not only on the allegations, but Mr. Fonseca was arrested September of this year for a failure to appear. That was on a trespass, not at this location that he pled out. 2016, possession of cocaine, tampering with evidence, violation of probation. 2015, possession of cocaine, violation of probation. 03, possession of cocaine, violation of probation, just under 29 months state prison. He has, looks like an old drug prior out of the state of Ohio.
Okay.
Nothing further.
What say you, defense?
Judge, he's 47, been here for the past 30 years. He's looking for work, so he's unemployed at this time. Unfortunately, he's homeless. He has no money in making, owns no sort of property. So I'd ask you to take that into consideration, determining reasonable release conditions for Mr. Fonseca.
Okay, court's gonna do for the burglary, $2,500. Count 2, all ROR. Count 3 to the criminal mischief to the synagogue, I'll leave the bond at 1,000, total of 3,500. GPS open schedule. No return, sir, to this location, do you understand? Thank you, sir, good luck to you. Stanley Harden.
Mr. Harding, come on up, sir.
Morning, Mr. Harden. You have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. No bond required. Trespassing, unoccupied structure or conveyance. No bond required. Count 3, introduce contraband into a detention facility. $1,000 bond. Court finds probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials GB. What say you, defense?
Judge, unfortunately, can't afford anything. You know, he's homeless. He gets disability. There's no one that could post any sort of monetary bond. I'm sorry, Judge. He's actually applying for this disability. He's not receiving disability yet, so no benefits at this time. So, Judge, he's financially indigent. So I'd ask you to take that into consideration.
Court's also, hold on one second. Court's also gonna order no return to 1548 Northwest 31st Way in Lauderhill. And he is to maintain 1,000 feet minimum from that residence. Go ahead, State, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $500 bond on the trespass. Your Honor, Mr. Harden appeared before you on December 3rd for trespass at this same location. You ordered him to stay away from that residence. You ordered him to pretrial, and you even signed an order for him to go to the CRC.
All right, can I have the information on the pretrial, please?
Sure. Let me print the original order, but here's the request for the revocation. One moment.
Oh, I remember this. He was lawfully ejected.
Yes, ma'am.
Signed by Judge Carlos Rodriguez.
Yes, ma'am.
The original order.
Do you need something, Mr. Reedy? You okay? Yeah. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, what say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, he wanted me to tell you that, thank you for recommending the centralized receiving center. He actually did go, and they referred him to 2 programs in which he advised me right now he's on the waiting list. So, Judge, I'm going to ask you at this time, I understand these new allegations, Judge. I'm going to ask you to release him on these cases on pretrial release, Judge. And the 2 programs that he said that the centralized receiving center referred him, he's on the wait list for. One of them is House of Hope, and the second one was Faith Farm, Judge.
All right, well, on count 1, no bonds required. On count 2, I'm gonna do $1,000 bond. This is gonna be the 3rd time he's told not to go back to that property. Judge Carlos Rodriguez last time, and, I'm sorry, the 2nd time. So 1,000 on 2, 1,000 on 3, maintain 1,500 feet, GPS open schedule, no return to the 1548 Northwest 31st Way. Lauderhill, maintain 1,000 feet from that location and the victim in case number 18-11648, MM10A. Court's gonna ROR, revoke his pretrial status, ROR on 1 and 3. Count 2 is $1,000. His total bond is $3,000. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Last one today is Alejandro Evangelista.
And here's a medical reset, Your Honor.
And I'm gonna request that the court make a probable cause determination.
Okay, medical reset, North Broward. Court, any objection to PC in absentia? So the court's gonna find PC in absentia. He's a medical reset or loan?
Reset.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah, of course.
So bring defendant to court for bond and release conditions. Is that okay, Mr. Reedy? Any objections? Okay, thank you very much.